Let's take a example of a bank. This is diagram of some bank, and you are the user here. Basically, why banks are used? To store the money. That's the primary objective of a bank, to store the money. Whose money? Your money. I will take couple of scenarios. Scenario number one. Okay, first scenario. Right now, money is with you. All the money, let's say you have 10,000 rupees with you. And that money is in a suitcase, a bag. And you need to deposit that money in bank. So we have a suitcase which contain 10,000 rupees, and we have to deposit this money to the bank. And right now I am at my home. So what I want to do, I want to deposit the money. The distance between me and the bank is, let's say, 15 kilometers. I need to carry this 10,000 rupees suitcase, or the suitcase containing 10,000 rupees, to bank. Who is responsible? Who is the responsible of this money right now? You or bank? Who is responsible for the security of this suitcase? You or bank? Who has the responsibility? Until the money is deposited inside the bank, we are the person who is responsible for the money. Now compare this money with any data or file. So what is you are doing? Your transition. You are in transition. Your money is in transition. Means when you are going from your house to bank, you're moving your data from your house. You're moving your money from your house to bank. That means you're transitioning. You're moving from one place to another. Yes or no? While moving from one place to the bank, you are the person who has the responsibility of this money. So this is called transition. Your money is right now in transition. And you have seen in many movies that people rob or people attack when the money is in transition. यहाँ पे ट्रक, there is a truck in which the money is going from one place to another, and they rob that truck. When the money is in transition. So that means we have to make sure that whenever we are transiting our money, whenever we are moving our money from one place to another, we have to make the high level of security. This is scenario number one. When my money is in moving state. Then second scenario is when my money is either with me. So first is in transition, second is rest. Rest has two scenario, either with me or bank. So I talked about transition. So who is responsible right now in the transition? We are the person who are responsible to move the our money from our place to bank. Same thing when we are uploading our data. Same thing when we are uploading our data, our files. We need some security, right? Because we are uploading our data over the internet. We are uploading our data over the internet, and internet, any cyber attack can happen on our data when we are moving our file from our on-premise, means when we are moving our data from our computer to our S3 bucket. We are moving our data to S3 bucket. It might take anybody can hack my data. So we need the security when we are moving our data. So when we are uploading our data to S3 bucket, we need a security.
Yes, sir.
Point number one clear. It is called in transition. It is called in transition. Second, and how Amazon provides the security, we will see. Second scenario, I told you your data is now, if it's with you, you don't have to worry about, you are the whole person. Now I'm talking about, now money is with bank. Now you have deposited your money to bank. Okay, I'm clearing everything. How bank will make sure your money is secure with them? Every bank has different policy, different level of security. First is simply you have to deposit the cash. There is a deposit can. There are deposit counters which are open to public, right? As soon as you deposit your money, to bank, are you bother about the money? Simply you give your money to bank, and now bank's responsibility. How they are going to secure the money? You are not at all bother about if anything happens to your money. Now it's bank responsibility, right? It's bank responsibility. Yes, we are not at all interfering how bank is managing the money, how they are making sure, or how they are providing the security for your money. We are not bother about that. It's up to bank. We are leaving everything on bank. This is the first basic thing where you can take example when we are depositing the money to our any counter. As soon as we deposit the money, we are free. Second scenario, I don't trust this mechanism. I don't trust the deposit, putting the amount, giving the amount to bank directly. What I ask them a security. I ask them a locker where there will be one key with me and there will be second key with bank, and I will deposit my money or any documents in that locker. Have you seen that? And this is my key and this is bank key. So I have to save this key. I have to manage this key. Without this key, I won't be able to access my document, my money. Yes or no? I have to manage this key. I have to make sure that this key is available with me always. Key is managed by me. Forget about the bank key. I asked bank. I went to the bank and I asked to give. I asked bank to provide me a locker. And bank provided you a locker and they have given you the key. Now they are going to manage the locker, but whenever I want to access my document or anything, I need to use this key, and this key should be preserved with me. If anything happen with this key, I won't be able to access my documents.
Yes, sir.
Now third scenario, where forget about the locker. I am bringing the locker with me. I am bringing the locker with me. The keys and everything is with me. I am just depositing the locker as it is. Basically, generally it is called safe in the banks. This concept is not in India, but I am creating a vault basically. If you have seen some movie, vault. So what I'm doing here, I'm not secure about the lockers which are created by bank. These lockers are created by bank. So I am not trusting this locker again. So I have purchased my own locker or my own safe. Okay, I have created this highly secure locker from some company, and this is highly secure, and I am putting that locker in my bank. So the bank cannot open this locker at any point of time, and they just have to secure this thing. In this case, bank has no liability on the key. The keys is generated by you at your office or at your home. Basically means from which company you have purchased. So for bank, the key for this locker is not at all managed by your bank. In the second scenario, if you lose the key, you can ask the bank, or if there is an issue with the key, let's say the key got damaged, you can go to the bank and ask them to replace the key or replace the locker. But in this case, bank doesn't know which company this safe is, when the safe was created, and what type of keys are used in this safe. Everything is managed by you. All the keys are managed by you. So basically I can say the key or the locker is generated in-house. Are you getting the different scenarios?
Yes, sir.
In all these three scenarios, my data is at rest. Means I am successfully putting my data in my bank. Right? Now coming to theory. If you are able to understand this example, you can easily understand this 4 to 5 points very easily. First, in transition or in transit. So whenever you are uploading our document, let's go to S3 now. Same thing is with S3. First scenario, this is my S3 bucket and I'm uploading my data. I'm uploading my data over the internet. So whenever we are uploading our data, Amazon is using HTTPS protocol. HTTPS protocol, which is highly secure by default, which comes with SSL or TLS certificates. That means nobody can hack your data when it is in transition. Again, whenever we are uploading any file to Amazon, Amazon is using HTTPS protocol, and using HTTPS protocol by default it comes with SSL and TSL certificate. So using HTTPS, nobody can hack your data in between. So Amazon has made sure that whenever you are uploading your data will be highly secured. Your data will be moving in highly secure environment to them. So when we are uploading our document or when you are uploading any file to S3 using HTTPS protocol, our file is highly encrypted while uploading to the S3 bucket. So Amazon had make sure that whenever you are uploading the file, it is using HTTPS protocol, which consists of SSL and TSL certificates. Now at rest, now you have uploaded your document to S3. You have uploaded your file to S3. Now how S3 will manage or how S3 will do the encryption? There are three possibilities. Broadly, there are two possibilities. First, I will go with the server side encryption. Can you see the last point? Client side encryption. Last point, client side encryption. What is meant by client side encryption? Our last scenario, the scenario number 3, where I don't trust Amazon encryption. I don't trust Amazon encryption. I will encrypt my the last where we created the vault by myself. So what I'm doing, this is vault or safe. So what I'm doing, this is my file. This is a file. I'm encrypting my file in my local system. I'm doing the encryption on this file on my local system, and after encrypting, I am uploading the file. I don't trust encryption used by Amazon. It is so who is doing the encryption here? Who is doing the encryption here? Client. Client basically means we. We are called client. Client side encryption. So client side encryption means we are doing the encryption in our local system, in our server, just like banks, bank or any financial companies, cryptocurrencies. What they are doing? They have their own on-premise servers. They have on servers. They are encrypting the data here, and after encrypting the data, they are uploading the files. They are doing encryption in their house. So whatever the charge, whatever the amount of memory or the processing time is done is been bear by the company or the client. Because to encrypt the data, you need to process the data. Basically, I told you to do any type of encryption, you have to process that data. That amount or that processing time plus the memory, or basically you are spending the money to encrypt, is bear by the company in their own premise. Inside encryption, always remember the key is responsibility of the client. Key means to decrypt these files you require a key, is always managed by the client. Amazon doesn't take any responsibility of this key. This key is with the client or with your company. Now the second scenario is server side encryption. Server side encryption means server side encryption. Basically, you are uploading the data to S3, you are putting the data to S3, and S3 will do encryption for you. You are putting the raw data without encryption. This is my raw file. Okay, this is raw files. So anybody can access this file. Now you have uploaded this file in S3. Now S3 will encrypt your data. Now S3 will encrypt your data for you. This is called server side encryption. Who is doing the encryption? S3. So that's why it's called server side encryption. The previous case was client side encryption. We were doing the encryption. Now S3 is doing encryption for me. In this case, we have three categories: S3 managed key, Amazon managed key, and customer provided key. Okay, so I told you the three scenario. First thing, S3 manage the key. All these things about is about the key. Who is managing the key? So simple, I'm depositing the money in the bank and it's the bank's responsibility. Where they want to keep the money, how they want to keep the money, in which vault they want to keep the money, it's their responsibility. So the key is managed by S3 or it is managed by Amazon. I don't know which key is there. Okay. The key, when the key was created, when this key was deleted, what is the life cycle of this key? All these things is managed by S3. Is the key is compromised? All these things has to manage by S3. We don't have to worry about anything. We are just worrying about our data and that should be encrypted by Amazon. What type of key they are using, where they are storing the key, what is when the key was created, what is the life cycle of that key, we are not bothered about that. It is called S3 manage key. S3 manage key and in short form is SSE S3. This is a short form. Server side encryption SSE. Server side encryption S3 manage key. Server side encryption S3 manage key. And here they are using AES 256 protocol. This is the encryption method. Okay, this is an encryption algorithm they are using to encrypt your data. AES 256. This is the first scenario. Second scenario, Amazon asks you to create the key. Amazon has a service called AWS KMS, Key Management Service. Just like S3 bucket, you can go and create your bucket. Here you can go and create some keys in Amazon. In Amazon, you can go and create the keys and you can use those keys to encrypt the data. You can use those keys to encrypt the data. Now here Amazon is not maintaining the key. They are not maintaining these keys. You are maintaining the keys. You are creating the key. You are going to delete the key. And it's up to you which key you have to use for which data. What is the encryption enable, all these things has to be managed by you. Amazon has just given you a console, just like in bank. They are saying that okay, we create the keys from this lock keysmith. Go and make your own key and come back to with us. Just like the second scenario where they provide you the key. They provide you the locker and the key has to be managed by you. They provide you the locker and that key should be kept with you. If you lose the key, you lose your data. So this is called SSE KMS, server side encryption with key management service. In this all S3 is doing encryption for you. So they are not charging you for encrypting the data. Again, it takes some processing to encrypt the data. They are not charging anything. They are doing encryption for you without any fees. But main point is key. Who is going to manage that key? So first is you are letting Amazon decide how to manage the key. Second, you are creating the key inside Amazon. And now it's your responsibility that how you want to use the key. But you are creating the key in Amazon using their service. So basically that means in bank you are accessing the locker and the keys are created by you using the toolsmith provided by the bank. The keysmith, they have dedicatedly assign a keysmith which will create the key for you, special key for you. But that keysmith is still with the bank. They have created a dedicated area for them. You can go there, you can create your own key and you can use the locker. That's a management service. And third type of encryption is now third type of encryption is you customer provide key, customer provided key or customer provide key. That means you are not trusting that keysmith. You are not trusting that keysmith that he will create a good key, or you are not trusting the bank itself. What you can do, you can create your own key with from your own keysmith and bring the key to the bank and use it. The key is created at your house. You're bringing the key from outside, not from, you're not using the key provided by Amazon. You're bringing a key from outside and then you are encrypting the data. So it is called SSE-C, server side encryption. Amazon is doing the encryption using your key, but the keys are generated in your on-premise. At rest, server side encryption, S3 managed key, SSC S3, AWS managed key service manages the keys, KMS, SSC KMS, server side encryption with customer provided key. So there are three types of server side encryption, and here client side encryption means you are encrypting your data on premise and uploading. You are not using S3 encryption.